All right, here is some help with quiz 1.05. This particular quiz, the first question, it says, which names are other ways to name angle 3? All right, so if we look at our picture here, angle 3 is denoted right here. If they have a number here within the angle, you can use the number to denote the angle, angle 3. You can also use the vertex. Remember, we have two rays connected at a point, the vertex. So our vertex, we could call this angle B. Now let's say we had more than one line, more than one ray that goes out of here. If we had an extra point, we couldn't call it angle B any longer because we wouldn't know which angle we were talking about. But we could use the points on the angle. So we could call this ABC. So we could call it angle ABC. We could also, it doesn't matter the order that you put them in, we could call it CBA. As long as the vertex is in the center, notice that B is our vertex. That helps us identify the angle correctly. The next question says classify the angle. So when you classify an angle, we're going to either say it's a right angle, obtuse, obtuse, and straight. So make sure you understand these. And if it is, sometimes you can't go just by looks. Make sure you go by what the information they've given you. So here you will see a little box drawn, and that will denote a right angle. A right angle measures 90 degrees. Notice this angle opens up larger than the right angle. So this angle is larger than a right angle. So if it is greater than 90 degrees, it is obtuse. And notice this one is pushed in, so it's not as big as a right angle, so it is less than 90 degrees. And a straight angle is simply a line. If we were to open this up here and fold it all the way down to a straight line, we would get 2 times 90 or 180 degrees. The next question is going to ask you about which points are interior or exterior points of the angle. So notice we have our angle right here. Okay, we could call it angle Q, angle PQR, or RQP. And so notice that point P, S, Q, and R on the angle. Okay, so inside, within the rays, we have angle X. So that is called an interior point. Notice that Z is outside the angle, and so we call that an exterior point. So they're just wanting you to identify interior points of the angle. So the one here would simply be point X, this interior. The next question is going to ask you to find the measure of an angle based on information they've given you. So make sure you understand the information they've given you. This is the measure of angle BCA. So BCA is going to be this angle right here, BCA, and it measures 45 degrees. They also give us angle BCD. So that is this larger angle. Let's see, we'll change our color here a little bit. So this larger angle is 125 degrees. Now they want the measure of angle ACD. So that's this angle here. Notice our angle addition postulate says that the measure of this large angle is equal to this angle plus this angle. So we can simply, since we have the larger angle already, we don't want to add the larger and the smaller, we're going to subtract. So we're simply going to subtract 125 from 45, and so that will tell us that this angle measures 80 degrees. And you can check yourself, 45 plus 80 should equal 125. Now, the last one on the quiz wants you to classify angle JML. This is actually one from the quiz. I just wanted to show you. You might get a different variation, but you're going to work it the same way. So JML is a large angle here. Now, some of you might say, oh, well, that's a right angle. No, it could be, but we need to make sure. They haven't given us the little square sign that denotes a right angle, but they've given us the measure of this smaller angle, JMK. JMK is 41, and then they've given us HML as 132. So we can use this information to actually find the measures of all these angles. So this angle and this angle, notice, form a straight line. So we can find this measure first and then add the two together. So this, if we take this minus 180, we can see that the smaller angle here is 48 degrees. And then when we add 41 and 48 together, we get 89. So that tells us that this large angle is 89 degrees. And so now we can classify it, right? If it's less than, it is less than 90, it is an acute angle. Good luck on the quiz.